We'll be doing some more coding. I'm alone myself. This is not much of code, of course. Usually it's me and Max that are doing some coding together, pair programming. But right now I will be coding all by my lonesome. And if so, yesterday I started to revisit um, a project that I worked on a while back, a year, or well, actually 2 years ago. So it seems it's a restaurant management software. I'm revisiting it because revisiting it because I want to utilize parts of this of its functionality that has to deal with voucher or gift card management. So the idea is that a restaurant can issue prepaid gift cards, for instance, you know, with an amount of servings, like perhaps 10 lunches uh, or or dinners or whatever, or they could have they could also sell a voucher that is filled with some money, like money, well, filled with money. Can you say that? Like a gift card, right? So you pay for I don't know, 50 euros or 100 euros worth of a voucher, and then you can use it or give it away or what have you. Right. So that's what I'm gonna do here, and I am working on setting up my my system. And so this is to just to fill you in on the background. This is a Rails API only application, and right. So we need to install Solograph because I switched to Ruby 3 yesterday. Anyway, so this is a Rails API only application that will run on the back end. Let me just do this gem install Solar Graph. Yeah, so I had Copilot installed. I don't have it installed anymore because they want some money. I don't want to pay the money. So yeah, long story short. Anyways, let me just click with Illustrator on my other computer. Well, on my other screen, sorry. And we should have Solar Graph installed. I switched Ruby from Ruby 2.6 something to Ruby 3.0.0 because I was about to switch my tech stack on Heroku, but then I couldn't switch to Heroku 22 because they don't come with Ruby pre-installed. I couldn't be bothered to figure out how to install it, so I just chose Heroku 20. And then I realized that soon Heroku won't be developers' best friend. An era comes to an end. You know, a lot of us have been using Heroku extensively over the years because they have some free tiers, and you could deploy your applications for free. There is no such thing as free, but you probably know what I mean. But now they're shutting it down, so you have to start paying the money. If I understood everything correctly, perhaps I misunderstood something. Then you can correct me. If you want to correct me, you can correct me. Anyways, let me just check if we are right. I need to update the cover for this stream so my YouTube followers, my YouTube guests can see that properly. So I will do that while I try to talk. Yeah, so Solograph is installed. That's good. Anyway, what I will do now is to actually open up another terminal window. This one window. I have it here. So I will clear this up and I want to do git status to see if I missed something yesterday. I modified the readme, really? Really? Yeah. Okay, I can stash that. I shouldn't have those API keys there anyway. Right, so we can clear this and I can just do git. I don't think I have anything upstream. Master. Yeah, so this is such an old application that the main branch is still called master. Probably want to change that. Anyway, I just wanted to run rspec to see that everything is up and running. So if you guys do not do test-driven development, then you're missing out. Long story short, I was away from this application for 2 years, and I've written most of this code personally. There might be some other contributions by some colleagues of mine, not sure. I think I wrote everything myself. And even though I've been away from this for 2 years, I could come back, I read through my test suite, all the request specs, the model specs, the serializer specs, different parts of the application that I've been testing, and I could get into it very, very fast, hit the ground running, and do some modifications because I had to update the Ruby version, and then we had some issues with some gems, of course, that didn't work out. I will actually probably, hopefully, I don't know if you can express yourself that way, but anyway, I am considering migrating to Rails 7. I am on Rails 6 something, and Rails 7 might be interesting. But again, I don't think there's much super difference in terms of functionality between Rails 6 and Rails 7 the way I use Rails, because I use Rails solely for as an API. Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah. I am worried that I didn't do something properly. So I need to pop open my, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? List, right. What? Right. For some reason, I have, why can't I? Oh, shoots, right, no. Yeah, I was just being stupid. Sorry. Talking to yourself, are you, Thomas? Yes, I am. From time to time. Let's make some decisions. But I actually need to export the cover to the stream, and I thought I was doing that, but apparently I wasn't. So I have to do it again. And is my memory leaking? I don't know. Anyway, we have some tests here. We are using WebSockets, but not in the part of the application that is relevant for us today. So we're not gonna dwell too much on WebSockets. If you're curious about WebSockets in Rails, I'll be happy to talk to you about that at some point. Right, Pranzo API, right. And we have, so we're not going to take a look at that. We have factories. Factories are ways to create fake objects in your test environment with some predefined attributes. Should you like to do that, that can be overwritten if you want to do that. Flexible, nice, in Rails, amazingly easy to set up a test database that will be populated with some objects for the purpose of your test, and then cleaned up afterwards. And factories comes into play there. There's a gem called factory bot. There is a version of that in Python and in Node.js. Definitely, right. We have some fixtures. Well, we have a logo for a restaurant. Not interesting at this point, but it's good that it's there, I assume. And we are testing generator. So as I mentioned, this is an application that allows restaurants to issue gift cards, which also means that that you can really that's shoots Pranzo API one. What are you talking about? I'm sorry to drift off like this, but I need to just find a file. And I'm on a Mac, and I am so fed up with with Apple iCloud and all of this BS, to be totally 100% honest. Not interested anymore. God damn it. So I have iCloud and they want me to pay extra money for it, and I don't want to pay the money, and I am not a happy camper. Users Thomas Ahmed desktop. Yeah, that's me. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So let me just open up a new and just cd this, cd users Thomas, and then desktop. And so where am I? So ls, yeah, screenshots 2x, right? So cd 2x, and then open this up in the, yeah. So here is my list, date modified, today, there it is. Okay, right, sorry about that. I just lost my temper with my design, well, with my file system. Shoots, this must be the most boring thing ever. Anyhow, here we go. Right, so we are generating PDF files, and we for these vouchers, so people can actually get them physically, you know, like a piece of paper or printed on a card machine or something. I'm just going to clean some stuff up because I deleted some redundant code. And so this is an anatomy of a spec. We are describing a specific class, and if I don't pass this in as a string, but rather as a constant or a model name or class name, rather, sorry, I can invoke a method automatically that is called describe class, the one that I just highlighted. Here I am lazy evaluating or lazy creating an object called PDF or a variable called PDF, and I open up a file for the subject. And what is the subject? Do I define the subject? Yeah, I define the subject down here, right? and the path for the subject, and I run an inspector, a PDF inspector on it, which is interesting because the PDF inspector looks through the PDF file. It's a gem. It's actually an extension that it's a dependency of this project, and that allows me to run these kind of assertions. So I can expect the PDF because I'm storing it in a PDF, right? Object. So I can run some assertions against it, which is good, you know. Not bad at all. Right. So let me just notify my Slack community that I'm online channel. I'm online doing some Rails and potentially, hopefully, React development. Right, there we go. So send this off and send this off in Agile Ventures, of course. There we go. Right. So this is nice. This is nice. Let's see if we can check out where we are in terms of Rails. Where's my browser? Do I have a browser open somewhere? There's a browser. Lots of people have different preferences regarding browsers. I use Chrome. In my opinion, Chrome has the best developer tools. Perhaps because that's the only one I know. Could be. But that's the way it is. Anyway, this is not about browsers. This is about something else. What is it about? I don't know. It's about the system that I'm building. Anyway, I'm thinking about upgrading to Rails 704. Right, so there is a very simple and probably not a great way to upgrade to Rails 7 from Rails 6. That could potentially be just upgrading it. That would also be the lowest hanging fruit. Let's see if that works. So I'm just gonna copy this. This might like crash and burn on me. Crash and burn. But I will just go in here and I will find Rails. Where's Rails? Right, there it is. Right, comment out this little baby and insert 704 and head over here and do gem. No, sorry. Bundle up. Is it upgrade or is it update? Shoots, I always forget upgrade, update. I bet, yeah, well, anyway, Rails. I think it's upgrade actually. Bundle update. Right. Oh, actually, it was update. Okay, so now he updated all of the necessary dependencies to Rails 7. No action mailbox. Well, apparently that is SMTP, action text, which is something I don't use, action cable I use, rail tires, active record, and all of that stuff. Anyway, if it works, it works. So I'm just gonna do raw spec, and we'll see. Well, okay. Does it work? Right. Hi, Pierre. Yeah, back to Ruby on Rails. Right. Thank you. I missed it. I'm doing a very brute force upgrade from 6 to 7, and apparently it crashed on me. Right, so we have some deprecation warnings and we have a lot of failing tests. So was apparently not the best decision I've made, but it's cool because I can always revert and actually read up on how to do a migration. So okay, migrate to Rails 7. How to upgrade Rails 6 to Rails 7? Dev community. Look, there's actually people who have done this. Right. Okay. Right. So I did this pretty much. I don't have a package.json file because I've only used this as a backend system. So no package.json. Add sprockets to jam file. When you are using the asset pipeline, assets, yeah. Okay, I think I need to do this. Yeah, I don't need sprocket race because again, API only. So let's just run. Where are we? There we are. Oh, come on. Right. Let's clear this. We had like how many failing tests? Loads of them. I mean, really. Out of 337, 166 failed. Yeah. Well, let's just update this app. Override config boot enter right. And what did they say? This no, this is go through every file to inspect the difference between the default setup Rails and your current. Please specify merge tool. Thor merge equals code. Yeah, okay. Okay. Right. So I assume that I want to quit this and I will just do, what was it, Thor merge equals code, and we do this. Right, so yeah. Okay, let's do help. Override with a quit about diff, show the difference between the old and the new. Yeah, show me the difference. Show me the difference. Well, this is it. Retrying. Right, no, that's now, yeah, sure. Yeah. Override config application. Yeah, because the application RB override. I do not want to. Can we see a diff? Right, API only. Configure minus. Right, so he would like to remove all of this stuff. I am not that happy with it. But so I will actually say no to that. Right, because I have some. But what are we talking about here? Are we saying in config? Where's config? Config application. And we are saying API only. Right. And he says config. I don't really understand this. To be 100% merge run merge tool. Can we try to run merge tool? Can we write application RB Rails? Right. So I should probably remove. Oh shit. Yeah, so you load default 6 and API only true, and we have that. Load defaults, right. So we don't want this. So we just say no to that. Environment RB skip, right. Probably want to say no, but can we just run a merge on this? Eager load, false. This is the same thing. 2 days to yeah, config action controller perform caching. Yeah, it's the same thing, or is it? No. So this is cache class is false. Yeah, and we had some differences here. The action cable and this action, yeah, action Amazon development, because we're in development, right? And we don't have it here. Yeah. So let's skip this. I said, yeah. We're gonna skip this. Initialize contents, there's test RB, conflict in course. What do we have in course? Let's do merge. Yeah. And here, yeah, there's nothing here. So skip it. Yeah, probably need to close this. Right. Inflections, show me the difference. Same thing here. Yeah, nothing here. This is a lot of scaffolded nonsense. No, well, it's not nonsense in any way, but yeah, this one I want to look at. Right. Rake and ah ah. Why would this be run? Okay, so the only thing we're okay. So yeah, so I want to overwrite this. Active storage blobs, active storage, covered migration, storage variant records, active storage, covered migration, well, not okay. Right. So I need to do what? Rails, okay, clear, because we have some new migrations. Rails DB migrate. Right. Okay. Which means that what? I should be able to run RSpec now, or what? So the Pranzo project is it's a restaurant management system that I worked on. It was open source. I worked on it 2 years ago as an experiment. I was actually running a restaurant, so we used it in production for time sheet management and so on. But I also built voucher and gift card management into the system. We used it locally, and shit, I have lots of filing specs. And now I have a potential. Well, I have a friend and a potential client that would like to use that part. He wants to move away from pen and paper, prepaid lunch cards, to something that is digitalized, and he asked me if I could look into that. And since I've written something like that a few years ago, 2 years ago, I said why not, and that's why I kind of, reached to my old Git repositories and dust off this one and see if it will come to use somehow. Anyway, so yeah, I hope that's good enough explanation for you. So it's a Rails API app and hopefully a React front end. We have less stuff failing, but still we have failing tests. 61 fails. All right. So let's just run it. Let's run them one by one and figure out what's up. So we will clear this, we will do this, and we will run this particular one, and we are getting what? We are getting require cannot progress Ruby Gems core cannot progress formatter. Really? Cannot. Oh, okay. Well, but I mean, no, come on, what, am I on the wrong Ruby? Oh shit, RVM list. No, I am on 3.0. Okay, weird. That was because because I was on a different terminal. Right. Let's run it again. Right. Action dispatch, request session, disable session. Your application has sessions disabled. Your application has sessions disabled. Yeah. To write to the session. Warden session serializer. Session serializer. Right. Yeah. This calls for some Googling, folks. Yeah. It does. What's disable session store? Yeah. Action dispatch. Yeah. Yes. Device is like a device issue, right? Keep it open. Device database. Timeout removed. Timeoutable. I don't. Right. Cookie store config session. That's the word it is. Right. Exactly. But do I really need this? Yeah. Config session store cookie store key. Do I use action dispatch cookies? Yeah, I can do that. So it wasn't that smart of me to not. Yeah, I should probably have accepted the. Anyway, application RB config. So do I have to? Yeah. If I do this, cookie store, into middleware use action dispatch cookies, config session. Right. So I need to get rid of this then. And let's see. Right. Since you have to move down, but this thanks. This works for me. Ruby 3.1.1. Sessions control. Yeah. Oh, so I need this as well. Rack session feed. Control the contains rack session. Workaround, if you don't want to enable session store and set it to cookie, I can do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Right, let's have a look. Right. I've used so the question is what I think about using device on production applications. If it's too heavy for real projects, if you, yeah. So I, to be honest, I only used it in middle-sized apps, and it was never like performance was never an issue for me. Um, I've written, I used Warden before, just Warden and not device, right? Um, and it was faster, but I'm I didn't have much problems with it myself. Do you have any other experience? Like, do you think it is too heavy yourself? I'd love to hear opinions about it, but I never perceived it as an obstacle in any way. On the contrary, I like fast development. Uh, uh, so yeah, so um, I love to hear your opinion about it. Let's see. I got a message here. Are you were? Oh, I sent it. Everything's here. No text. Okay. Well, I did. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let's run this spec now. Let's run the spec. Let's run the spec. That was a very unclear answer from my side, but I think that's the best I can give you. Okay, so right. So we are. It's difficult to customize. I do not necessarily agree that it's difficult to customize. I've done heavily customization on device, but from the performance perspective, I can understand that. Make things slow. How slow? Have you run any like load tests or benchmarked it or something? It's interesting. Uh-huh. There are more lightweight solutions uh, for authentications, or you can write your own, of course. But I haven't tested much. Let's see. We have some deprecation warning. Cleaning up the try gem clean. Right. Do I really need the? Yeah, I need to do this probably. So I'm gonna run this in my second window. And what was it? Yeah. Okay. Cleanup complete. Okay, that's it. All right, Warren. Please report it back. Deprecation using legacy connection handling is deprecated. Reset legacy connection handling to false. Right. So let's see. Do we have that somewhere? Uh, no, we do not. So let's see where we get this. Perhaps we had just missed something. Hello, we read. I'm doing fine. Working on some on the Rails project. It's getting a little late here in Sweden, but I'm still at it. How are you doing? What's the new connection handler? Right, so I probably need to check this out. So I'm moving from an older version of Ruby on Rails to a newer one, and of course I need to uh, to tweak some stuff. The connection. Okay, it no longer works in the new connection. So I will need to set this to false. Da, 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 da. Right, I can set it somewhere here, perhaps. Right. Handlers and connection no longer works in the new if you're calling the method one of connection handlers reading to retrieve connection back to record base. Let's see. What? Right. Yeah, it means lunch, right? In Italian, doesn't it? I think so, at least, because we're dealing with lunch vouchers or gift cards. You know, that's why at least somebody told me that it's lunch, pranzo. Yeah. So it's a good. It's short and neat, and everything. So let's see. Uh, Non-URL safe CRFs tokens are deprecated. Use secret defaults or above. Okay, so I'm gonna change this to 6.1, and then Rails helper. Yeah, run options, right? Yeah, whatever. Date to S long is deprecated to FS. Okay. Date to S long, and that is in serializers, timesheet, index serializers. Right. So can I just do code? Can I do this like this? Yeah. Okay, and he wants me to use FS. What the fuck is FS? But sure, if that's what you want me to do, then okay. So let's see if I can do date to S anywhere else. Yeah, in the show serializer. So we're just gonna do FS here as well. Kill that deprecation warning. And that should be it. Timesheet, index, index. Right. Let's clear this. Let's run the test again and see if we killed some. Yeah, but this didn't disappear. Yeah, right. Yeah, but anyway, this one went green for us. That's good. Let's see if all the others are going green. Yep. Okay. So, but we had in the previous run we had 61 failures. So let's see how many failures we get on this one. R spec. Yeah. Never deploy on Friday. I am long way from deployment. I will not finish this off before midnight, but I'm way off from deployment. It's going to be another week or two, I would guess. Anyway, for just big news from me, I recently, well, this is running, okay. So I code, but I also do other stuff. I have an Instagram account, and on the Instagram account, you can see that I recently got myself a new hobby. First of all, I cook. I love cooking, folks. So this is some meat that I did. Hope I'm not offending any vegetarians because I'm doing a vegetarian version. This is halloumi cheese, fried, but this is ribeye. So yeah, so I love to cook and I do cook. Okay, but I also got myself some sheep. I bought these three guys like 2-3 weeks ago, and they're amazing. Look at them, they're fantastic. Not safe for, not safe for vegan. No, yeah. Uh, but so I have these amazing sheeps. Um, it's one guy and two girls, and this weekend I will actually get five more sheeps. Look at them; they're so beautiful and very very friendly. Uh, so this is me taking care of him. This his name is Urban. Urban, and then we have so Urban, Ursula, and Ullis. Ullis, that's Swedish. Oh shit, that didn't work out at all. Urban, Ursula, Ullis. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Look at his face, huh? Isn't he cute? He's really, really cute. Uh, in my opinion. All right. So that's us. And by the way, this handsome fella is my son. Yep. Moving back to coding. We had 61 failures before I started to refactor some stuff. And we have 0 failures now, folks. And we successfully migrated. No, I did not originally bought 4 sheep. The ribeye is actually a beef, so it's from a cow. I have not sent off any of my sheep to slaughter yet. Next year, perhaps. Next year, Marvel. Next year. Anyways, I am extremely happy with the fact that I managed to migrate to Rails 7, and I'm going all green, and I'm a happy camper. All right, so let's do git status on this one. Yeah, new framework defaults. Let's have a look at the new framework defaults. I want to look at this file. This was created for me, and I haven't seen it yet. Be sure to restart your server when you modify this file. Okay, so far everything is commented out. It will probably be the Mobot. You shouldn't trust this Mobot. You got the sad news. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, the Mobot. What is that Mobot doing? I don't know. I thought I turned it off. By the way, if you want to see more about the sheep, I have a YouTube channel for them, I think. Right. So I can. Yeah. I just started it. I have only 2 subscribers, so I need more subscribers. This is the channel. Yeah. So please, please, please subscribe. Small. They are not long. They're like 1 or 2, 5, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Right. So yeah, if you could, that would be nice. If you use YouTube, of course. Then you could do that for me. I probably need to turn off this this Mobot. I don't like him. Right. Yes. So git add everything. Git ci am migrates to Rails 7x. It's 7 something else. Right. Git push origin master. Right. Yep. Okay. So let's head over to Heroku because I don't think we have automatic app deployment set up on this one. So we need to go to Heroku.com. Right. Right. And you have to log in, apparently. And we want to, yeah, starting November 28th, free Dynos, Heroku Postgres, and free Heroku will no longer be available. Well, thank you very effing much. Uh, not not particularly happy with that. If you have and if you must upgrade to paid plans by this day to ensure that's not gonna happen because yeah, for students we will announce a new program, but yeah, but students like whom? Like yeah, students in non-profit program. Oh yeah. Well, Agile Ventures is an official non-profit organization, so hopefully we will get some lenience on this one. Who knows? Uh, right. Feedback, please. Yeah, that's a bad move, brother. That's my feedback on this. Bob Wise. Right. I have one mutual connection with this guy. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, it looks like a corporate guy to me. What do I know? Yeah, Figma is getting bought by Adobe. Yeah. Um, I heard something about that. But isn't that wouldn't that isn't XD the Adobe kind of Figma? Um, Pierre is asking me, how do you see the Ruby on Rails market for junior devs? See, I live in Scandinavia, and there isn't much, at least not in Sweden, much market for Ruby on Rails devs. I am involved in teaching, so yeah. So Pierre is writing from YouTube, so it's a YouTube question. Anyway, yeah, I teach youngsters or younglings Ruby on Rails because it's such a lovely first framework. It's powerful, yet it's easy to get into and start working and becoming productive. Uh, so yeah, for senior devs, absolutely. But I might be totally wrong on this one, but I get a sense that in Scandinavia, uh, you have very mature Rails projects, and they call for senior devs. And if you have something, you can send my way. I love it because I'm fed up working with Node and Python. So if you have any good tips on some senior work, I love test-driven development, so that's what I do. But no, but internationally, there's a lot of new projects going on, and I think that overall, there's still, Rails has its niche kind of thing. Well, it's not niche per se, but it's there's a big community. There's a lot of projects. I am extremely productive in Rails, so I love Rails for that. And yeah. Uh, uh, they could. So we read. I think that Figma is not gonna live forever. I think that they do buy up um, 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 products and close them down. Actually, that's what I think. Ocado server, is this the one? Today. Yeah, why is this one asleep? I don't know. We have some failed divs. Okay, let's deploy this manually. Well, right. I can actually enable automatic deploys. Do we have CI on it? Do we have CI on it? But I see. I'm not very fond of Figma. We read. You know. Yeah. I wish I could be that idealistic Marvel. Uh, but I actually give Adobe money every month, 400 or 43 euro, I think, because I do use Illustrator and I use some other stuff, you know. So the Netherlands is a beautiful country. I love the Netherlands. I love it. I'm gonna deploy this master branch manually. Yeah, the Netherlands. Whereabouts? Oh, you do Golang at the moment, right? Well, that's for the new kids on the block. No, I guess I don't know much about Golang, to be honest. Perhaps I'm just being ignorant, but let's see. View build log done. So okay, so that's kind of weird. The Twitch messages are not showing up on screen, right? Yeah, I see them, but and the Twitch users see the YouTube view. Yeah, well, I don't know. Can I configure that? Where's chat? What is this? Python replacement, but it gets compared to C like syntax C like as is a oh, okay, yeah, well, Streamlabs widgets, right? Yeah, I thought I canceled Streamlabs. Yeah, let's forget it. Oh, okay. I would like to see some Golang. It must be some beginners tutorials somewhere. If you have something, send it my way. I would love to take a look at it. What was I doing? Right. So I'm kind of done for now with this. So there's one thing here. When a voucher is being created, let's see, app vouchers controllers. Not serialized. Let's go to controllers and we go to vouchers. Voucher controller, and we have create. Right, we have a create action. We have a create action. Voucher was created. Merge issuer. Current user. Current user is the issuer, of course. But what if the current user? So what do we have? Find voucher only. Show an update. Create before action. Validate servings. If only on create. Validate servings value. And validate servings value is what? It's down here somewhere. No? Okay. Where do we do validate? Where do we do that? Value validations. There it is. Okay, because I'm including it here. Could have seen that one. Unless we couldn't create the vouchers as requested. Because if it's not, okay. So we have permitted serving values on the model. Yeah, on the model, right? That's not okay. But so, what is the purchases controller do? Value validations. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I understand this. So the voucher can be purchased online, but can also be created online by the vendor. Okay. So therefore, Therefore, we have overlapping functionality, and that sucks big time, right? Doesn't it? Yeah. I was so naive 18 months ago. Sorry, I'm kidding. Well, sometimes you make bad decisions. That's life. Change term is a missing variant. The generic one, generic one is not. All right. So, do I want to make any changes to this? No, not now. But the vendor, we want to have multiple vendors, and the vendor should have a logo, and the logo type should have needs to be either uploaded to Amazon Web Services somewhere, or in the first iteration we could just do a URL to something. But yeah, but then again, I need to validate that it has a specific size and so on, because it will be printed on the vouchers. Right, it needs to be printed on the vouchers. So we need to set this up somehow. And the model, so if we go to the models, we go to the vendor model, we have a vendor has many users and has many addresses, because a restaurant could, well, it has one attached logo type. Oh, it has one. Oh, I already thought of it 20 months ago. There you go. And the name needs to be unique, and there needs to be a primary email, and we are system user, system user. Where vendor system user? Where vendor self, and we get the first one. Yeah, well, duh. Of course. This is weird. And then we have create system user. Yeah, we don't validate it for some reason. Yeah. Why would we call him system user? Can we just call him the name of the of the restaurant or something? That's for later. I think that this is okay. Let me see if we can demonstrate a little bit of functionality. So Bocado, right? Yes. So when I developed this back in the days, this was just a proof of concept for a restaurant. So this is an interface for the user that owns the voucher to check if the voucher is valid or not. Before we go this far, we just need to clear this up. We do Heroku run Rails console, and we need to activate the voucher sometimes. So the voucher, so the code is attribute only, so we can't change it. We have some hard-coded cache values and serving values. I don't know. Is this euro? I have no clue. No clue. We have variants, issuer, Rails and test. Yeah. We're generating QR codes and stuff like that. But activate. Okay, so we can activate this little sucker. So let's see, voucher dot last. Let's have a look at the last voucher. V1. We're gonna call it V1. And and so V1, and it's called active, and it's true. Really? Okay. So the v1 code is, oh, that's the one, the last one. Okay. So we're gonna say, we're gonna grab the first one. I know that this one is active, but and now v1 active should be false. Right. And the code is ffkho. So let's have a look what this does. If I would now search for this ffkho, yay, this is a valid voucher, you have 10 coupons left. This is 10 lunch voucher, you have used 0 items, keep enjoying your food. Okay, so this shouldn't be happening, but again, this is just a proof of concept, so we didn't but right, so transaction, what is transaction? Integer, datetime, voucher ID. Right, he created a data. Right. So could I do date time? Oh, so date time is, do we have now on it? Yeah, okay. So I could like say transaction dot create, and I could do date time dot now, and then voucher, and then just say v1. Yeah, let's try that. Boom. Commit. Okay. So this means that if I search for this one again, let's reload this, and we just do ff, what was it again? Shit, I forgot. Oh, damn it. There's only 5 letters, and you forget. ffkho. Okay, I can just copy it. If I search for it now, and you have 9 coupons left, and we can see that we already consumed one of them. So yeah, so this is the functionality for the end user or the owner of the voucher that purchased it. But again, this was just a proof of concept. I can see that this datetime is not properly formatted, and and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Now, yeah, I will actually start a new project because I want to build, or at least get started today. It's getting a little late. Probably won't be at it for too long. We've been at it for an hour already. So, but what I want to do is to get the hell out of Dodge, right? So we're just going to say quit here. We're going to open up a new terminal, and we will start our new client side, front end client. Jesus, what's that? That's so hard. And I have several options here. There is this fantastic framework called ReactJS, and the Americans, they say Vite or Vita, but this is actually French. I learned from a guy that speaks French. We recently did a stream about it. He showed me this, Max. So I could use Vite, or I could use another scaffolder, I guess, It is called Chakra UI. We used it in another project and we liked it. Kind of. No, we did like it. Definitely liked it. Right. Oh, I just cleared that. Never mind. Let's do this. Let's do this. Right. So let's see. How do I get started? npm I check UI React emotion React like that. Right. So I can install it once I have. Yeah. React 18. Yeah. That's okay. Framework guide. Check run next sketch splits remix Vite. Oh, let's have a look. In your Vite project, install check by running either with the file. Okay. Oh, so I can use Vite. Good. That's what I'm gonna do. Get started. Trying Vite online. I don't want to try Vite online. Yarn create Vite. Okay. Alright. Let's do it. So let's get the hell out of Dodge. And we're gonna do, let's see. Yeah, no. Okay. So yarn create Vite. Alright. Fetching packages and project name. Okay. So I will call it Pranzo underscore client, and I will give it 2 because I already have one. No, 2022. That's what I'm gonna call it. Right. I can choose to do vanilla, Vue, React, Preact, Svelte. I want to do React. I should probably at least consider using Vue to make Max happy. And myself, because, learning new stuff is always a good thing. But, there's a but. I want to make progress, and I am better at React than Vue. I've never done a Vue project. I am past Hello World and then some networking, some testing, and some stuff. But I do not feel confident enough to work on a new project in Vue. Any objections, folks? What do you think? Should I do React or should I do Vue? Do you have any preferences, folks? Do you have any preferences? Do you even care, folks? No, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Could be. No, I'm gonna do React. Pierre says React. Well, Pierre, you're the only voice, and if you say React, and I lean toward React, it's gonna be React. But now perhaps I will disappoint you, because in choosing between JavaScript or TypeScript, I will actually choose JavaScript. Whatever easiest. Yeah, React it is. And I will do JavaScript because I never went there's a lot of people who prefer TypeScript over JavaScript because of the strong typing and some other best practices. I never learned that kind of. I know, well, I did a project in TypeScript, but I think it creates a lot of overhead for me, so I'm gonna go with JavaScript only. Yes. All right. So I need to cd into this, and I need to yarn this up, and then I want to open this up in my editor, and I want to install some dependencies. Could you stop it with this Copilot thing? I am not happy with you guys. Anyway, in the package JSON, what do we do? Dev, bit build, bit preview, bit. Okay. So right. We're gonna install two things. First of all, we're gonna install all of this stuff. So I'm gonna copy this and just add it. Chakra UI, emotion React, emotion style, framer options, motion. Okay, so that's gonna be installed, but we also want to install Cypress testing library for front end. Yeah, I don't necessarily need to check documentation for it because I know how to do this. So we will say yarn add as a development dependency Cypress, but also start server and test. Start server and test. It's a small package that will listen for the dev server to start before we actually fire up some tests. And now I need to check how we fix this, because I already set up one Vite project before. So I have to go to my GitHub account and see if I saved it somewhere. So I'll go to repos. That's me. Yeah, Pranzo API, Books API. Right. Vite. No, nothing. Really? Okay. Really? Trip with shoots. Okay. Max Arvid. Yeah. And but I thought Vite React and Cypress example. Right. 20 days ago. Was it that long ago? Or perhaps this is not. I prefer Playwright over Cypress. Really? Playwright. Really? Cross browser. Yeah. Oh. The same rendering engine works in the Android and mobile. Right. And Android mobile Safari. Right. Can I see some examples? API. Let's have a look. Yeah. Async, Classic Chromium 5. Right. This looks a little bit like. This looks a little bit like. Oh. Puppeteer. But Puppeteer is Chromium, basically. Which probably uses Puppeteer for that. And then other close. Right. Flavor Chromium devices. I need to see some tests. API testing. Using writing API. Right, this API testing. So this is for, okay, for Node.js. Base URL configuration. All right. Should create a bug report async request. Test repo GitHub. This looks really interesting. Containing confusion, jeez. Set up and tear down before. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. Can you tell me more? Like, do you use it at work, or do you have any open source projects that you could share? Something like, where it's been used. I'd love to look at it at some point. This is really interesting. Yeah, like we can scroll and we can do iframes in Cypress too, but it's a longer discussion. But uh, this seems like a more overall, very comprehensive test framework. So I will definitely add it to my bucket list. Can I say that? Yeah, I have testing frameworks on my bucket list. So that's really interesting. Best of free. You mean best of free? Want to elaborate on that? I came here because I wanted to see this. So he says dev it, and then with your CA open, E2E. Right. This is pretty straightforward. This is pretty straightforward. Right. Chrome, and then you say start test with. Right. Yeah. So I can just copy these. Probably I probably need to add these two here as well. Yeah, because even though we are not with, so the difference between Cypress Run and Cypress Open is that Open is actually headful and Run is headless. So we didn't open a browser, but the default browser, even though it's run in a headless state, is Electron, and I prefer to run it in Chrome always. So, and then here we're just starting the server. We're running this, but why would I not say dev here? I should be able to say dev. Because that's the command. And then we wait for the port, which is in this case 5173, and then off we go. All right, let's see if this works. I think, even though I don't have any tests yet. Right, so I'm going to say yarn Cypress, and this will configure Cypress for me. Yep, looks like this is your first time. Yes, it is. Well, first time in this project. Not my first time. Okay, so here it is. This is what you will see when you run this for the first time. We will create a config.js, support E2E.js commands, and an example JSON fixture. Not necessarily interested in this one. Can I turn it off? No, I can't. Well, interesting with this playwright. Why would I have to choose a browser? I already chose a browser, I thought. What? Running Chrome. Oh, yeah. So here it is. Pranzo client. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to scaffold the example specs or anything like that. Let's just turn this off and turn this off, and we're ready to go, right? Yeah, there might be an error message coming up. Okay, but so we have that. Before we move on, we want to do this. Provider setup. After installing Chakra UI, you need to set up the Chakra provider, the root of your application. Okay, no problems. So we just do chakra provider in source, not index, in main JSX. Right. Uh, right. So if we just say chakra provider and we just move the app in here. Whoops. Sorry. We should be good to go. So can we just scaffold Cypress support, patient support, no mod. Really? So okay, I need to run this. Wow. Create empty spec. And so I was just gonna application structure. Right. No, we don't want to run this spec. Was it added? Yeah. Visit. So in Cypress config.js, right? So in the Cypress config.js, I need to tell him. Don't get lost. I need to tell him, right? Don't I have to tell him where to go? Cypress config, dev server. Right. So this was. Okay, this is for component testing. I don't care about that at this. And screenshots. Yeah, so I need to tell him what sort of E2E settings. Base URL. We don't want to record any videos because they are large. And screenshots on run failure will be set to false. Node event listeners. I don't care about them right now. Right. Right. So in this application structure, I can just visit the root path, you know, and we can just say application. Structure is, and I always use this is expected to have a root path. Right. So I don't run any assertions on it right now. I just want to run it like this, and it says Vita plus React count is 0. Okay, so this works. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so if we go to our app.jsx, use state React logo. I don't care about that. Let's do some cleaning. Let's do Royal Air Force, Central Europe. We don't need to import this anymore, and we can just do some Chakra UI stuff. Right. Extend theme. I don't need to do that. Define come from which, right. Use polling. Yeah, well, never mind. Components. Let's do some components. Let's do container. Right, so we're gonna import the container. We're gonna import the container, and we're just gonna say container, and we're just gonna do something else, like what can we do, like radio bus, texture, no, badge code, divider, list, start table, tag, alert, feedback. There we go. Text heading. We have heading. Right. So we want to import heading, and I'm going to change this div to heading, and we would say Pranzo. I don't know. Pranzo. Right. So what do we see here? We see this. Okay. Right. Not overly super duper impressed by it, but no, it's I bet I mean it works, right? So we have the chakra. So, but one interesting thing with chakra is that um, we can do we can do dark mode and light mode. So we can do this, right? Very easily. You or so I thought. Color mode, because we built to support managing color mode in your apps. Most chakra components are dark in mode compatible. In some scenarios, you might need to make your components right setup. To get dark mode working correctly, you need to do two things. Update your theme config, determine how chakra should manage mode. Yeah, add the color mode script to your application. Right. Right. Update. So the theme config, the theme just input extended theme, initial use system color mode, extend the theme. Right, so do we have theme.js somewhere? No, we don't. Theme.js. Theme, but where should this theme.js be? Okay, let's just, do we need to create it? Right. Okay, let's just create it here. Theme.js. And we're just gonna paste this in Chakra UI React. Import, right. So we can remove the comments, can't we? Right. Export default theme. Okay. Remember to pass it through the chakra provider. So it needs to be in source. It needs to be in source. Because here we want to import theme. Right? And then we say theme, right? Right. And that didn't do much for us now. No, but behavioral color mode is right, but I don't create React initial color mode for create for Gatsby toggle dark, right? So function example, header button on click toggle color mode, constant use color mode. So I want to write. So basically, let me just check it out. So here, could I do like toggle? But where do I import it from? Do I import it from Chakra UI? I think so. No? I don't know. I do not know. where is this toggle color mode come? Use color mode. Sorry, shit. Use color. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then color mode. Okay. Mea culpa. Right. No. So, okay. So here we can do. Can we import a button? Can we do that? Is there? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna add this button here. Like, yeah, here. And okay, so where this? No, shit. Forgot something. Right. So we need to do this. Of course. Right. No. The requested module. Color mode. I'm just being stupid. Sorry. Right. Okay. So now we can toggle. Right. Dark light, dark light. Okay. So that's not bad. Not that I want it here, but I can always move this around later. And with this, on this node, I will go to some GitHub stuff. GitHub, I'm gonna do this on Craft Academy labs, or actually I can do this on Agile Ventures. Agile Ventures, and I will go to repositories. Some schmuck came in. You know, running an open source community is wow. You know, it is what it is. And some idiot actually changed the avatar of our Agile Ventures community to the avatar of our previous CEO and my co-founder turned out to be a maniac and an idiot. So, but you know, there are always loyalties, I guess, with people dreaming about the past. Never mind. Let's create a new repo, and we're gonna call it Pranzo. Pranzo client 2022, and it's gonna be a public one, of course, because we are open source. We will not add any README files. No git ignore. No Travis on this one. What? Okay, well, I don't want this setting. And so I will add this. I will stop this and I will do git remote -v. Shouldn't have any remotes. Oh, there's not a git repo. Well, thank you very much. Git init ls, really, git status. So we did add, that's so weird. So we did add a git ignore with all that comes with it, but it did not initiate a git repo when I created this app. So that's weird. It is what it is. Git remote add upstream. There we go. And then this, and and then we just do git add everything, git ci am scaffolds new React app using Vite, installs and adds basic configuration of Cypress 10 dot whatever 10x, and then installs and implements Chakra UI library. CSS library. We can call it CSS library. CSS library. There we go. Boom. And now I can just do git push origin main. So we have that. And now what? Oh, of course, not origin. Upstream. There we go. And at this point, we can see here that we have this, and now I can fork it. Right? Yep. And we can go back here, and for watch who is watching this? Right. Anyway, settings. Right. Collaborators and teams. Here's your password. And we have a new project started. Right. Manage access. You have it added. No add. No. Moderations in the actions. Right. I will not set up any actions today. Gesundheit, Thomas. All right. I think this will do it for me today. I had fun because I enjoy programming, and thank you very much for all the chat messages. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. And if you're not following us on Twitch, please do. Coding is what it is. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's less fun. Today I had fun. So sayonara, folks. See you tomorrow. Well, I'll be back, and I will not deploy anything because it's Friday already. It's past midnight, so I need to be careful with that. All right, thanks for all the good comments, and thank you for the playwright tip. I will check it out. So long.